When Jonathan Bender skipped college to go play for the Indiana Pacers in 1999, he became an instant millionaire. Not just millionaire, but multi-millionaire, earning nearly $7 million for his first 3 years on the team. For a baller coming straight out of a town like Picayune, Mississippi, even $1 million would have been an extraordinary amount of money, let alone 7. Overnight, he had literally become the richest man from his hometown. What's more, only a few basketball superstars had made the transition straight from high school to the NBA successfully, the likes of Moses Malone, Kevin Garnett, and even Kobe Bryant. While the odds were seemingly against Bender, he realized early success in the NBA. Then his knees started to give out. So debilitating was the pain in his knees that after 7 years in the league, Bender took a 4-year retirement. Not one to sit idle or suffer helplessly, during this time, Bender worked with scientists and engineers to painstakingly develop a first-of-its-kind rehabilitative product to address joint pain and physical limitation problems that even today cannot be rectified with any other physical therapy intervention device on the market. While using his own product prototype, now coined the JB Intensive Trainer, Bender became fit enough to re-enter the NBA, where he played for another year with the New York Knicks. Amazingly, when the team doctors did strengthening tests on Bender, they discovered he had the strongest lower extremities on the team. But this time around, things had changed. Bender had the entrepreneurial bug, and the game just didn't mean as much to him as it used to. So, at the ripe age of 29, and to the surprise of many, Bender again retired, and the former NBA hopeful seemed to be at a career crossroad. Suddenly, the boy wonder who had shocked everyone by making the top 5 of the 1999 draft was yesterday's news. Fan support and media attention all but disappeared. Without an MBA, let alone a college degree, he was already at a distinct disadvantage. But Bender had always been one to beat the odds, and so he did yet again. When Bender retired from the NBA, he was determined not to become just another statistic. He channeled all of his energy and stunning work ethic into further developing, refining, and marketing his JV Intensive Trainer product, a unique mechanism that serves a dual purpose by relieving pressure from the joints by acting as an external hamstring, while also allowing for constant resistance for rehab on the go. The JB Intensive Trainer has also been very well received. It's now merchandised nationally. He's also since authored a book titled The Courtside CEO, Strategies to Leverage Your Talent and Pursue Your Passion. Today, I'm thrilled to speak with Jonathan, who's graciously joined us here on the Sports Watchdog to share more about his inspirational personal business plight, as well as some insights on overcoming setbacks, something he can definitely speak to from firsthand experience. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for being with us today. I appreciate you taking the time to talk because your story is so incredible. I mean, you've overcome so much in your life, both personally, professionally, and, of course, physically. But you seem to have channeled so many of those difficult situations into something positive time and time again. And I really think a lot of people might have given up or settled for less. So what kept you focused and motivated to dream big with all these setbacks?
Well, I think it's focus in the beginning. I don't look at them as more setbacks. I look at it as failing is part of it. It's like planting a seed. You got to go down in the ground. You know, the seed has to grow its roots, and that's all the things that you look at as setbacks. But it just helps you to grow, and then all of a sudden it sprouts out and starts growing fruit. So you never really jump into something and become successful off the rip. You have to take your losses, and they're not really losses. They're just, ways of not doing things that you have to learn. So I don't really look at them as setbacks. I just look at them as a process of on my road to winning.
All right. So you're talking about the potential to grow. What advice would you give to someone who's attempting to accomplish something big, even seemingly out of reach, whether in sports, in business, in school, really any grand life goal?
I would say never do anything that's within your reach. You need to dream big and do things that you can't even you don't even have the resources to get to. You can't even grasp. That's when you're dreaming big. That's when you're exercising faith. And, on that road, you're going to have a lot of failure, which, failure is good. You get that out of the way early, and you learn what not to do, and you get experience, and you keep moving, and eventually you come closer to what you're looking for.
How about you personally? What's the biggest mistake that you made along the way, and what lasting positive or negative impact did that have on you?
Which mistake? There's so many of them. There's not really one that I look back on. They all have their, particular slots that I put them in. They're all different, and they all had an impact in different ways. But I was blessed to have each one of them. I was blessed to have. I can always look back and see what I've learned, and I use them for the future. When making future decisions, you look back at the things that look like failures that were really learning steps, and you use that information to make a wiser decision.
I totally agree. Mistakes are usually part of any endeavor. Do you have any insight on roadblocks or mistakes that commonly prevent people from reaching their goals? Anything you can even steer us away from?
I think they're very important. I think when you try to avoid mistakes, you kind of put yourself in a pause position. Sometimes people get stuck and they get in a situation where they don't do anything because they're scared to fail and they're scared to make a mistake. You have to accept the mistakes as part of the process. You're not just going to go. I know we all think we're going to take a straight route to our goal or to success, but it's not that way. You're going to go through rivers. You're going to go through crocodile ponds. You're going to run through holes. You're going to hurt your foot. You're going to hurt your neck. You're going to hurt your back. You're going to run into brick walls. You're going to meet people that betray you. You're going to go through all of the above to get there. It's the fight. It's the fight that we have to go through to get to what we want. It's not easy. Everybody would do it.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. I can totally attest to that. Shifting gears now, mistakes aside, sacrifice is another huge obstacle for many people. So what do you feel was your greatest sacrifice on the road to success?
I think my biggest sacrifice has been, giving up basketball because I couldn't be an entrepreneur and play ball at the same time. So I think, putting that to the side early to go, being bold enough to dream about something bigger and, having the faith in myself, knowing that I can do it, even though I'm still on the road to get there, to kind of step away from that was, I would say, my biggest by far sacrifice.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that must have been really hard for you. But, you really gained a lot of success out of it. I know you have a really success-oriented book out titled The Courtside CEO, Strategies to Leverage Your Talent and Pursue Your Passion, which is intended to help readers overcome their biggest stumbling blocks to transform their business and their life. So what can you tell us about this book, especially how it compares to other self-help success books out there?
I would say it pinpoints the exact formula of getting what you want. And knowing what you want, first of all. A lot of people, I feel, do a lot of different things without knowing exactly what they're looking for in the very end. People say they want to do things to be noble or they want to help out, but in the back of their mind, they're really looking for a financial gain, or they're looking for something else, and they don't say it. So it's very important to, have all of your points as far as what you want lined up, as far as from a money standpoint, how you want to live, type of homes, all the materialistic things, how healthy you want to be, what type of family you want to have, all these different things come into play when you're starting to move forward, because you may end up doing some things that never had the potential to get you what you truly want. So making sure you identify what it is that you want, and then creating a plan around that, a vehicle to get you there.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Yeah, I also understand that you're involved with another initiative called the Live Pitch. Can you tell me and our listeners a bit about that?
Yeah, so we started doing a live pitch with the Indianapolis Minority Business Association, and that was for minority and women-owned businesses that were looking to, raise funds. We were bringing them together with local entrepreneurs and business owners, and we set it up like a Shark Tank where they can come up and present their companies, and my thing was more of putting them, in front of the eyeballs that could make a decision and possibly help them out. So it's a real small initiative. We have fun with it.
Yeah, that's great. All good things. So thinking back and knowing what the future holds, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
I would tell them to do, have fun. Have fun, don't worry, and eventually it's going to happen.
Well, that's really great advice. Lastly, where can people connect with you online and on social media?
They can go to my website, jonathanbender.com. My Twitter is Jonathan Bender 9. My Instagram is Jonathan Bender 9 as well. And Facebook is, you can Facebook.com/Jonathan Bender and find me there.
Awesome. So, hey, Jonathan, thanks again for joining the Sports Watchdog. I know your insights and even your own personal story will inspire many folks to keep pursuing their own dreams no matter what.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. So that's it for today, everyone. And as always, anyone who wants to connect with me, the Sports Watchdog, on Twitter can do so at a Sports Watchdog. And, of course, you can find me on Facebook and YouTube as well. So until next time, keep your eye on the ball.